Okay, it is March 4th, 2025. What we're doing is we're looking at Memorial Villages today. So we're going to go ahead and get started here, going right in full screen. So we're looking at real estate analytics, business intelligence software is my specialization. Specialty, this is what I do, this is what I provide to my clients. And so we're going to be looking at the market as it pertains to memorial villages. So as we can see, Houston-wide, we're close to 36,000 closings in the last 6 months. $335,000 is the median sale price, of $163 per square foot, taking 48 days to go under contract. People are buying homes around 2,100 square foot in size, with homes built around 2011, so they're getting newer and newer. Year-over-year sale prices are 3.4%, so we're actually seeing an increase of 3.4% year-over-year, same period last year. 95.8% is the sale price to list price, so sellers are negotiating off approximately 4.2% off of their list price to get a deal done. We've got a risk metric, describes how spread out sale prices are. Exposure being positive means prices are high compared to what they actually sell for. And pending rate is about 1 out of 4 available are under contract. And we're talking about single family homes, not the condos or townhomes or lots or anything like that. We're talking about single family homes, which are freestanding properties for one family. Inventory is 4.3 months, which means it would take approximately 4.3 months to sell out of the 28,624 actives that are available for you to go out and shop. These are on the market, okay? So let's peruse through and find the deals. We are focusing today on Memorial Villages. So I'm going to type in Memorial Villages. We're going to zoom right in. And we can see on the lower map where Memorial Villages is. So we're going to peruse through here, find out where some deals are. Let's get a full-scale photo or picture or whatever. Let's understand the market, what's happening here. But first, let's take out the north side of I-10. That's Hillshire Village and excuse me, and Spring Valley. So we want to remove that side because we're just talking about the south side of the Memorial Villages with the larger lots. That's what we're more concerned with right now. Lots that are around 20,000 plus square foot. That's more what we're looking at. So let's go ahead and take out that north side. Let's focus on just the south side here. So we're going to look at just those houses. So we get down from 94 closings down to 65 closings, but we're looking at the areas like Piney Point, Hedwig, Bunker Hill, and Hunters Creek. Okay, so those are the areas that we're focused in right now. It's called the Villages. Okay, and this is the wealthiest part of Texas, right here. Huge estates in the Memorial area. It's the coveted Memorial area. Other places that's comparable is Tanglewood. People love Tanglewood. That's more closer to the Galleria shopping area. And people also really love River Oaks. But what we're talking about today is all about this area, Memorial Villages. Now, over the last 6 months, and that's considered by economists to be the most reasonable time frame to look at a market. It's not like the stock market where you can look at Apple's stock and see what a trade is going for from millions of shares. It takes much longer. It takes 6 months to establish a reasonable or of the veracity of the market. It takes 6 months to get that, okay, to get a picture of that market. So that's why we're looking at 6 months. The real estate market, you got to understand, is very inefficient. No matter where you go, it's very inefficient. Fortunately, with the analytics, we can make it more efficient, okay? So when you have large inefficiencies, you have sale prices that vary up and down and really expensive and really cheap, and you almost scratch your head like, why did that guy list for that cheap, or why did that buyer pay that much for it? And it's because it's really inefficient. It takes 6 months to get a market. Sometimes we need to go 9 months out to get a picture of the market, okay? So, and we will do that if necessary, and that's why we have these expansion options here to go out a little bit further, and we can also squeeze down to 3 months if necessary. So as we see interest rates drop rapidly, if that's so what they do, or if they go up and or they bounce or whatever, a 90-day may be more appropriate. But what we're going to do is stick to the 6 months, as that's considered standard. And looking at Memorial Villages in area number 23, so we're looking on the south side of I-10. Okay, so we're keeping our focus there, and we can see that there's 27 actives. So if you're shopping in the Memorial Villages area, you probably notice that there's pretty good volume. 65 closings at around $2.2 million. That's the median sale price here for a single family home, or $520 per square foot. Homes here are taking just 14 days to go under contract. Now, that's when they actually go under contract, but sometimes they actually get offers well before that. So 14 days is about how long it takes for them to execute a deal, receive offers, and execute a contract. That's quick, especially compared to the 48 days we just saw across Houston. And we're talking about $2.2 million, not $350,000. We're talking about 2.2. Home sizes here are running around 4,400 square foot. So if you're buying a house here, you can expect to get something like that. Year of construction is 1974, so there's a lot of older homes and there's a lot of newer homes, and 74 is right in the middle. Year over year, sale prices have increased by 12.6%. Very fortunate for sellers. They gotta love that. So far, this is looking like a seller's market, even with these high interest rates we're facing. Now, we actually did tick down to 6.7% for the 30-year fixed mortgage. Just FYI on that. 98.5% is the sale price to list price. So sellers are willing to negotiate, but only by about 1.5%. And given that it's so close to this list price, we can expect that some of these homes are actually selling for more than ask price. So that's what we're facing here. It's more of a seller's market. Risk ticked down a little bit here to 84%, but there's a lot of risk. You can see here that the minimum sale price is $840,000, while the maximum sale price is $10 million. So you can imagine that sale prices are just really spread out. That's kind of the nature of this area. And so we want to get a measure for how spread out sale prices are, because we want to know what's the likely chance that we'll pay too much. All right. And 84% is extremely risky. You got to have professional expertise in this area. Don't just go buying and using an agent that you don't know anything about, or an agent that is not really an expert. Okay. Or a part-timer or a family member just because they have a license. You got to use somebody that does this all the time. And that's me. So certainly I would love to be your guide and protect you and guide you through this market, especially over here. We have an exposure that's 64.2%, okay? And that's describing that if you're walking into the market, okay, and you're looking at the 27 actives, you're looking at homes that are priced around $3,385,000. That's the median list price, or $603 per square foot. That's the median list price per square foot. So that's what you're exposed to right there, just shopping around and going to open houses. But in reality, these homes don't sell for that. They sell for $2.2 million or 520 square foot. It's important that you know that. So you're exposed to the variation or the risk by 64.2%. And that's a dramatic exposure to risk. So just walking into this market of actives, you're already overexposed. You do not need to have that overexposure. So we need to make this approach with more caution. Okay. Now, fortunately, there is a really strong pending rate here. So homes in this area, it looks like 2 out of 5 are under a contract. Okay, that's really strong. We just saw that 1 out of 4 is under contract. That's 25% across Houston. So when we look at just this area, 40% is very, very good. It's almost 1 out of 2. So it's a very good rate, pending rate. It means that buyers are enthusiastic. and they have a positive view of this area given the current situation here, early March. Inventory is extremely low at 2.5 months. And that means that based on how fast properties were getting sold over the previous 6 months to today, we can reasonably expect that homes will sell out, the 27 homes will sell out within 2.5 months. Okay, that's what we can expect. Now, of course, there's going to be overpriced homes, and those will never sell, but there will always be continuous new listings coming up tomorrow, and the day after that, and the day after that. So right now, as a buyer, you're looking at 27 actives, and right now, as a seller, you're looking at 65 comparables in your market, 65 homes in your area that you have that you can pull comps from. So we've got two sides, two ways to look at it. So let's go ahead and look at the market, what it's doing. Let's take a look at the time series. I want to show you where the sale prices have been and where they currently are. So back in 2019, which is right over here in the first quarter 2019, the median sale price to buy a home in the villages was $1,772,000 or $349 per square foot. And we can see that over the course of the next handful of years, that prices steadily increased, and it looks like the per square foot has skyrocketed to a current 560 per square foot. That's the current trend for quarter one. But the previous 6 months, which is a 6-month time frame, quarter one is a 3-month time frame, and we're not done with quarter one yet. But in a 6-month time frame, we're at 520 per square foot. But we're trending 560, and we're trending a median sale price of 2.7, even though the 6-month is 2.2. So we're heading into the mid 2 million range. Okay, so be aware of that. Prices are increasing in the summer. So if you want to scoop up a deal, now really is the time before you hit the summertime. Okay. Let's look down here, and let me see if I can actually exclude this one. Yes. Okay. So down here in this chart, we can see a time series which shows us the rolling 6 months dollar volume of sales, okay, and the number of sale count for each quarter. So this is quarters up here, and this is also quarters. So this is kind of a mirror image, or it's a mirror image of fact, of time frame, but different data. So this is sales, number of sales and sale volume. We can see that the sales and the sale volume kind of reflect each other, exactly almost the same. When we have increasing volume, we have increasing number of sales as well. So it's a pattern that pretty much continuously follows each other's path. Now, you can see that we have ups and downs. You can see these camelbacks, so to speak. And they happen in the summer times, and they dip in the wintertime and summertime. Now, this was COVID-19 time, picked back up, and we generally have increases in volume and unit of sales in the winter time, with troughs in the or increases in the summertime, with troughs in the wintertime. So we can see that happening. It's a seasonal. It's very seasonal. And I could drill up one more time, and I can go by year, and we can see a fairly like a downward trend in volume. You see that? So the year shows us a clear downward trend in volume. And let's go to 1 year up here. Okay, and then we see an upward trend in sale prices per square foot and sale prices, clearly upward trend. So sale prices going up, volumes going down. What could be going on? See, we peaked in 2021 with 211 sales in 2021, and we're currently at the 140 range, 131 in 2023, 140 in 2024. So interest rates certainly have impacted this area a lot, right? So it's down. And in 2025 so far, we're at 18 sales up to this point, 2 months in. But it's wintertime, and we'll pick it up soon. It always, the volume picks up as we saw, so that number will go up. But nevertheless, the volume is dropping, and the same goes with the dollar volume of sales. So sellers should be feeling some squeeze on their sales, on their listings. It certainly should be feeling a squeeze. And what I mean by that is a lesser amount of attention. But homes are selling for more. Why is that? If volume's going down, why is sale prices going up? Well, the way I view this, the way I see this, is we have volume going down, not because people aren't buying houses. It's going down because there's no inventory, all right? Inventory is low, 2.5 months, okay? That's low inventory. So when you have low inventory, you have less volume. You have less dollar volume, you have less units sold. What happens when that occurs? Well, prices go up. So that's precisely what it is. Okay? Low inventory equals higher prices. And we can clearly see that. So that's the picture. See, so I'm trying to crystallize the Memorial Villages market for you, so that way you can make a move, okay? The important thing is that you get off the sidelines and you buy that house that you want to get. You want to feel safe though, okay? There's sellers are taking advantage of buyers in this low inventory. You already saw that. I showed you that they're asking, over $1 million versus what they actually trade for. And this is a consensus. It's overall market situation. So this tells me that well-priced homes sell much better. Overpriced homes stay on the market. It's pretty clear. It's what happens. So let's go through these actives, okay? Let's see what there is. Now you will notice that I have 2 indicators here, 2 columns in the very beginning for these 27 actives. All 27 actives are listed here, and I have their associated floodplains as well right here. So we got one here on top that's out of the floodplain, low risk, and we have one here that has a 1% chance per year flood zone, which means it's going to require flood insurance by the bank. If you're going all cash, then you don't have to worry about it. And we also have these indicators up here. You see these flood zone indicators. So as I select each property, it will populate the flood zone that they're in. These 2 columns here, we got one called equity and we have one called deal. The first one called equity tells us if the listing is priced below the median sale price for the area. That could indicate, or it could be a pretty good clue. We say that's a green flag that the property has equity. The next one is deal. And this one takes into account any property. It could be a property that's priced, you could say high, but based on the condition, it can be priced like that. So there's a different boundary for this. This one's based on median sale price. This one's based on, right here, market value, this number here. So this number market value is telling us that anything priced up to 4.731 is within market value for the area given the risk profile, okay? And anything above this number, 4.731, out this way, this is outliers, all right? This is less frequent sales. We want to be in the market. We want to be in the cluster. See over here in this scatter plot, we see there's a cluster formed of sales. We want to know what that cluster is, where the top of it is. And the system says that's about 4.7. So when we scroll this way, we see that it is indeed approaching that 5 million mark, you see. So we want to know where it is. Now, without doing any sort of filtering, we are looking at the entire market, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to look at each listing But we're going to look at only ones that have recently come on the market. So let's go up here to days available, and let's arrange it so that the ones with the least amount of days available are on top. And we're just going to look at the first, let's say, within 10, 11 days. So these 10, 11 days and below are within the 14 days to contract. So these are still early in their process of marketing, and these you actually could have a reasonable chance of putting in a contract and buying it. So these are really the only ones worth looking at. The rest of them have been on the market too long, so there's obviously a lot of things wrong with them, or just not something we would spend time with on this video, reasonably speaking. So we can see here that we've got different features and different sizes, lot sizes, different home sizes, and things like that. Okay, so let me put my phone on silent so we're not getting anything here. Okay. Any notifications interrupting my video, don't need that. Okay, so we got one here that's at 14 Inwood Oaks Drive, okay? And my system rates it as an arbitrage equity position, which is great news. And it's also rated as a good deal per the market, okay? So at $2,475,000, it estimates this is an opportunity. So we can immediately look at this one. 14 Inwood Oaks Drive. The price per square foot is $457, so that looks very friendly given what we're looking at. The lot size is 22,560 square foot. So if we want to know if that's a good lot size for the area, we can go right up here to where it says median home size and scroll down, and we see that the median lot size of what the buyers are buying, of what's marketable, is 22,890 square feet, okay? So we're looking at something that falls right in line with that. This just hit the market. We see its MLS number, which is great for reference. This home is 5,417 square feet, 5 bedrooms, 4.5 baths, built in 1963. So it is on the older side. It's also in the 500-year floodplain, okay? So this one is in the 500, which is not bad. I mean, 500-year is 0.2% chance per year of flooding, which is a 1 out of 500 years. So not a very likely chance of it flooding. And further, it does not require flood insurance, so you don't have to get it for that house. So this could work, okay, since it has arbitrage and it says good deal. So let's take a look. Let's click on it. And we see immediately, once I click on it, it indicates that it's in that 0.2% chance per year flood zone, okay? It puts in the list price here, per square foot here, and the home size. And we can see that it compares it to the sold market, which is in red. So these gauges are based on the sold market of what's sold over here. And we can see that specific features of the home right here, so we can analyze the house to see if it's a good deal. It's zoned to Memorial Elementary School, Spring Branch Middle, and Memorial High School. So now let's take a look at comps for this house. So let's see if this is a good deal. So first of all, lot size. So let's do something like minimum 15,000, but maximum we'll go, let's go 32,000. Let's see what we get. So we have 43 sales, okay, gotta like that. Now let's narrow down to home size. And I like to do about a 10% range, so we have that pre-calculated here, 10% range. So I'm gonna punch in 4,800, I'm gonna round it, 4,800 up to 6,000. Again, just gonna round that. And now we're getting more focused and we're looking at more accurate numbers here. So we got 5 sales. So from 5 sales, and let's see if we go active, let's see where it's at on the map. So we can see here that it is in Hunters Creek Village area. We zoom in, we want to take a look at the lot location. So this just hit the market, 0 days, just hit the market. It looks like it is on maybe a shared driveway perhaps that goes right to it. That's what it looks like to me. So it looks like perhaps a shared driveway, or maybe it's from this side, Inwood Oaks. Inwood Oaks, yeah. So this is the back of the house. Okay, nope. So it has its own driveway. It's facing this street here. So this street goes in and around and curves to these homes in the back. So it's not on a through street. That's a good lot. It faces north and south. That's a good lot. So we can certainly appreciate this lot location, the lot size, not so much the age of the house, but we'll get a look at that here in a minute. Now, based on where the sales are for a home like this, well, we've got a mix of 4 bedrooms, which actually sold for more than the 5 bedrooms down here. So I don't always go to the bedrooms and put 4 or 5 because it's a lot of times that's not what makes the difference, and clearly that's not the case here. So let's do a little more liberal on the home size, maybe 4,700 to 6,100. I just want to see if I can get a few more sales in there. Let's try a little bit more, 4,600 to 6,200. Okay, let's stick to that 6,100 here because we actually got 8 sales. Okay, so this gives us a little bit better of an analysis because now we have plenty of houses. Now, at $2,475,000 list price, we see that it indeed does have an arbitrage equity position, and that number is calculated to be $191,500. It's right there. It is the median sale price, $2,666,500, minus $2,475,000, its list price. So it's undervalued by $191,500. Market upside is $656,252, and that's the distance from the list price to the market value estimation or threshold, which is 3.1 million. We also see that the $457 per square foot looks very good, being right here in the middle and not like way over here expensive. Now there's one more thing we could do. Okay, so it looks good right now, but what if we adjust for new construction homes, right? We don't necessarily want to be mixing in newer age homes because that could be essentially poisoning the well. So let's go up here to year built and let's knock it down to 2000, and we're going to say 2002 because 2003 is when they started with the dual pane windows and all that. So let's go ahead and put that as the max year built. Let's see what happens. And it looks like that didn't do anything. Okay, so all these homes are built 2002 or older, so they're over 20 years old. These homes are. Okay, let's try going to 19. Let's do 1990. Let's see what happens. Okay, 6 sales, and what happens? All right. So even when we adjust for age to make sure we get homes that are 30 plus years old, so 1980s and prior, so that way we're still getting kind of those lower ceilings and those things that are known for the older homes and the older architectural style. We're still in a positive equity position of $39,000 and market upside of still very strong $635,000. So yes, this is potentially a steal. Let's take a look at the house now. Okay, so I'm going to go to this MLS number, copy this value, and go right over here to the MLS, punch it in, and let's take a look at the photos. Okay, so here is 14 Inwood Oaks Drive, and we can see here, got this cute arched entry, brick central walkway going to the front door with sconce lighting. So they need a little bit of help on this landscaping, as we can see, but interior looks really nice. They got kind of museum lights on the ceiling there. There's room for a chandelier. So you got those wood floors Hardwood floors, looking really good. Built-ins, little sitting area, office, perhaps, dining room. Nice sized dining room. Got the colonial style windows. You got the transom windows, which is very characteristic of a craftsman style. So it looks like we're appealing to craftsmen inside. You got the wainscoting, you got the farmhouse look, so like a farmhouse slash craftsman appeal. Ceilings are lower, so not very tall, but they're probably what, about 8 feet perhaps. But you got nice lighting everywhere. Wood floors throughout, including in the kitchen. You've got some wood headers. You've got some nice art niches, a nice wooden sidebar that's got that natural wood tone, which is making a comeback. You got a fireplace, which is a two-way fireplace with mantle, brick fireplace, painted white. Got a pitched ceiling in the living area. So it's still an open layout, very nice. Windows overseeing the swimming pool in the back. Wired-in speakers, granite countertops, which is dated, unfortunately. So the kitchen's dated. Kitchen needs some work. Got the Sub-Zero fridge. Got the chef's grade cooktop. It's good. You got a little wine, looks like a wine room back there, maybe a grotto. And then you've got the bar area, so very nice. Slate tile on the floor, that's such a 20 years ago thing, but they still got it there. Some carpet, people not that big of a fan of carpet. Okay, so this must be the master suite. Okay, some more of that slate. Absolutely hate the slate. They need to change that out. Not a fan of that. Pitched ceilings and a game room, perhaps. Looks like a game room. Another secondary bedroom, it looks like. Secondary bedroom, lots of storage space. The wood floor looks different in here, though, so this must have been done at a different time. Okay. Looks like a homework room or something. Dual sinks. So the interior looks very 60s, but it's remodeled nicely. You got a big Gwinnett swimming pool here with a yard, characteristic of a 22,000 square foot house. Got great curb appeal in the back. So most of it is a downstairs type of home. Garden in the back, that's very nice. So I would say very good curb appeal for a 60s era home. 2-car garage with plenty of driveway space for a basketball court. And then some girl, I guess maybe she comes with it, right? But yeah, so that looks good. This is a good buy. This is a good buy. There is a market for homes just like that. You know, older people, they like those homes because most of the floor plan is on the ground floor. So is this a buy? Absolutely. Just hit the market. Let me know. Let's go take a look at it. I found it for you, so it's only fair. Hit me up. Let's go look at it. Okay, I like that one. What's the next one we're going to take a look at here? So now, I want to go ahead and go back to where we were. And I'm going to write this one down, actually, because this is going to be one of my deals that I'm going to publicize on my website. Realetix.com/deals. So 14 Inwood, Oaks Drive. That is a deal. Okay. $39,000 in equity and $669 in market upside. It's really good. Yep, and it's a 5-bedroom, so that's great. Okay. 5-bedroom, 4.5 bath with pool. Okay. It's in the X500, so that's the only dock that I can put on it, but it's still in the X500. So that's good. X zone is good. Got to check the flood history, but if that checks out, if it doesn't have any flood history, then that one's a green light for me. Okay. Let's see what our next one is. Remember, we're just looking at memorial villages. That's what we're doing today. All about memorial villages today. Let's find our next deal if we've got one, okay? So here we go. We have, the next one is, let's make sure we're still in the right order. Okay, this one hit the market 3 days ago. They're asking 2.7. No arbitrage and no deal. So generally, I wouldn't even look at this. Look at, they're asking per square foot, $730. Yeah, that's insane. It doesn't even make sense. See, it passes the market value per square foot. Market value per square foot, $730. No, thank you. So let's say no to that. 2.7 looks cheap, as you can see. So it's like a trap. Okay, it's going to trick you because they're asking way too much per square foot. So forget about that one. And the next one is this $12,750,000. Now this one is if you have a boatload of money and you're just trying to buy a unique house that has no comps. That's this one, okay? Because the max sale price is $10 million, so there's no existing market for it, okay? Price per square foot is $1,306. That's 412 Timber Wild Lane. So we're not going to be spending much time on these ones. This one that has 10 days on the market, that's at, let's click on it and see. So it's a nice low price, $2,175,000. It is rated as a good deal, but no arbitrage. Per square foot, $689. So that's questionable. Let's see. It's 3,158 square feet. So that's what pushes its market value per square foot high. So because the per square foot is so high and the house is so small, I'm going to pass on this one. Even though it looks attractive price point, it's expensive per square foot. So we're not going to go with that one. And the last one is 781 Pfeiffer Road. Okay, that's 11 days on the market. That's the last one we're going to look at. But again, $700 per square foot. So I'm not going to entertain that. But I do want to look at one more. Why? Because it's $1.5 million. 1.5 million at 223 Plantation Road, 17 days on the market. 3,269 square foot, 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, built in 1956. It's out of the floodplain. 1956. So that's an older home. Is there any, it says there's arbitrage. So let's see, let's take a look real fast. And only because of that is why I'm interested. So lot size is, let's see if this could be a good deal for you. Lot size, we're going to adjust for that because this is not a large lot. So let's put 8,000 minimum, and then let's put a top of 15,000 maximum, okay? So we got 8 sales, 1967. This is an older home too. Let's put in a home size of about 10% range. So we're going to go 2,900 up to 3,600, and we're going to get what? 2 sales. So let's get a little bit more liberal. Let's go 2,700 up to 3,800. Let's see, 3,800. See, we get a little bit more in there. Let's go out 9 months. We've got 4 sales. So right through the middle of this diamond shape or rhombus shape, we have $1,275,000 median sale price with a max of $1,470,000. So given the size of the home and the size of the lot, for a single family home in the same area, same market area, it's actually priced too high. So it shows like a good deal with arbitrage potential because from a market standpoint, it is. But when we dive into the nitty gritty, it's not. So that's why these are just signs and indicators. They're not truth. So we do have to dive in and find out. So this is one, makes sense why it's still on the market after 17 days. And not selling. It's overpriced. Okay, great. Now let's see. I've got something else to go over. So we went over the new listings. Okay. Now let's see if there's anything back on market. So we're going to do this. Let me reset this. I'm going to go back to Memorial Villages, and I'm going to go back to Area 23. And I'm going to look at if there's anything back on the market recently. And this is within the last day or two, okay? There's not anything to come back on the market. Price drop. Anything reduced price? No. Anything coming soon? There's one property coming soon. So this is not on the market yet. This is a property that's listed for, or going to be listed for $2,795,000 in Hunters Creek Elementary School. Excuse me. 10918 Long Shadow Lane, Hunters Creek. So this one's coming on the market. Let's see, let's zoom into it. And we see that it's a north and south facing lot. The lot size is only 10,000 square foot, so it is small. Let's take a look at if this home is any good. I like the price, generally speaking, and the per square foot's $543. So it's actually priced along with the market area, but let's see if it's true for the size, the lot size and the home size. So let's check it out. So we're going to go 4,600. No, I'm sorry. We're going to do lot size. Let's do 8,000 to 13,000. We don't want to go too large here. And we got 6 sales. Let's narrow it down by home size. Let's go 4,500 to 5,700. And we only got 1 sale. So this tells me that there's not a thriving market for this criteria of home. It's sitting on a lot that's really too small to be marketable for this area, for what buyers are looking for. Let's go back 9 months. We got to go back 9 months, and we still can't get more than 1 sale. Let's go back 12 months. We go back 12 months, and we still can't get another sale. And this one sold for $2.2 million, not even anywhere close to the 2.8. So I'm going to completely cross this one off the list. It's not even a possibility, okay? This is not something we're going to even entertain or spend any more time on, and you shouldn't either. So we're going to go ahead and clear this now. So we have now looked at the entire Memorial Villages market south of I-10. Since we have a little bit of time, let's look at north of I-10. So that's going to be area, I want to say 24. All right, so now we're looking at Memorial Villages north of I-10 because we do have a little bit of time here. 4 actives, so it's 29 sales. 29 sales and 4 actives. So inventory is extremely low here, 0.83 months. 3 out of 4 is under contract here. So there's just not a lot available. This area is really strong. They're selling for 98% of list price here. You can expect to buy something in the 1990s. Home size is here around 3,700 square foot to 3,800 square foot. They're selling in 10 days, okay, and around $1.4 million. So we went from 2.2 south of I-10 down to 1.4 north of I-10, and for $405 a square foot. Prices here have increased by 45% year over year. Now, because of the lower volume of sales, it's going to be more dramatic on the sale price change year over year. So take that with, I don't know, not just a grain of salt, but probably more like maybe a hot dog size. I don't know. Hot dog of hot dogs. It's pretty good. This is still pretty reliable. Okay, so here we've got, let's see what we got here. We've got a 0 days on market here. So let's take a look at that 0 days on market right here. And what do we got? It says no arbitrage, no deal, asking $1,350,000. So it's right in line with the median. Per square foot's $523, which is dramatically high. So we don't need to actually look at that one. However, there is one here that's got 7 days on the market, listed for $998,000. Let's zoom in on that, and let's see where that is. So that is actually inside of a community of patio homes, okay? So $998,000 or $305 per square foot. That looks attractive. We've got good deal and arbitrage rating on it. Lot size is small at 3,800 square feet. And we have a building size of 3,277 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, built in 2007. It's out of the floodplain. So I think it's worth taking a look potentially to see if it's worth it. So let's go ahead and take a look. We're going to limit the lot size to 5,000 maximum. So this way we're only looking at partial lot sizes, patio home sizes. And we see we've only got 2 sales. 2 sales, that's it. So we can't even really do anything with home size because we only have 2 sales. Let's go back 9 months. We've got 3 sales. Let's go back 12 months. And we've got what? We've still got 3 sales. So it looks like the median sale price of these homes is $1,025,000. And this is at $998,000. And with 3 sales in 12 months, it's just not reliable. It's not reliable. I wouldn't make a move on this. Wouldn't make a move on it. So So this one's out. So now let's go back to here, 6 months. Let's take this back to lot size all the way. So we're back to where we were. Is there anything back on the market? It's not really anything that just hit the market that's worth looking at. Price drop, nothing. Coming soon, nothing. Okay. So that is pretty much it for this area. Okay, that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's going to be it. Yeah. So I was thinking about maybe showing you something else, but that's really all we can look at right now. So we looked at what Memorial Villages is doing, what it's been, and where it is now. Prices are going up, volume's going down, inventory is really low, so buyers have to pay more. So it looks attractive. It's a good area to buy in, given that we're in a high interest rate situation. And even with the high interest rate situation, this place is really held up in value. So through the ups and downs of the market since 2019, Memorial Village has been a solid bet. So we looked at some new inventory. We looked at some that's coming soon. Make sure you jump on. Next video we're going to do is going to be of another special market area, and we're going to look at new inventory and potentially any back on markets. Price drops are coming soon, so make sure you stay tuned. Subscribe to this channel so that you get a notification when a video goes live. It is recorded, so you feel free to come back. My name is Justin Braden, team leader of the Realetix team here at Compass Real Estate in Houston, where I help people buy houses safely, by the numbers, and I make data-driven advice. I know the contracts like the back of my hand, so anything you need, we got it. I got it. I've been doing this 13 years, so I know the market extremely well, and this is my proprietary analytics. Nobody else uses it. Only a handful of people that I authorize to use it can use it, but it's extremely rare. So huge competitive advantage for me and for you, and looking forward to serving you. So feel free to contact me, direct message me. Let's get you going on your journey. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.